What is up, guys? It's your boy Sports Runs on Diesel here, back at you with another video. More NBA free agency madness here as Russell Westbrook gets traded to the Houston Rockets for Chris Paul and a whole bunch of draft picks. Honestly, I really was not expecting Westbrook to go to Houston or get traded to Houston. Everyone was there was all this hype around him going to Miami and teaming up with Jimmy Butler. Honestly, I would have preferred him to go to Miami or possibly Detroit. There's an easier situation in the Eastern Conference when there's only two teams you got to go through in, Giannis and the Milwaukee Bucks, and then Joel Embiid, Horford, and Simmons and company and the 76ers. So the East would have been an easier route. But there's something about the Western Conference. The Western Conference is 100% stacked now. The West is so wide open, I couldn't even tell you who's going to win it. I mean, eventually I'll make a prediction on who wins it. But, you got the Clippers with Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Lou Williams, the best sixth man to ever come off the bench with over 12,000 career points. That's just the start. That's just the Clippers. Then you have the Lakers with LeBron, Anthony Davis. They just re-signed Rondo. They signed Avery Bradley, who is a great perimeter defender. And that's something that the Lakers really need. Anthony Davis is a great defender, but he defends better in the paint. But you need that perimeter defender, and now they have it in Avery Bradley. And they also signed that 2-year, $30 million deal with Danny Green. So now you got two great perimeter defenders. And another thing the Lakers needed was shooting. Danny Green gives them that. Avery Bradley is a consistent jump shooter, especially when in his years in Boston. Consistent mid-range jump shooter. Can hit the three occasionally, but he's more of a mid-range shooter. So I love the two pickups by the Lakers in terms of defensively and shooting-wise, because they needed both of those going into the 2020 season. So, you got Clippers, Lakers, then you have Denver with Jokic, Murray, and Millsap. Then you have Portland with C.J. McCollum, Damian Lillard, and now Hassan Whiteside. And then once Nurkic gets back and is healthy again, now you got Portland could easily win the West with their big men and their size. And then you have the best in my personal opinion, the best duo in the league until now that Westbrook is going to Houston, is getting traded to Houston to be with his former teammate James Harden. Then there's also Golden State. We don't know what Golden State's going to do this year. Will they make the playoffs? Probably make the playoffs, but they're going to be in the bottom. They're probably going to be a 6, 7, or 8 seed, with just Curry, Draymond Green, and then the addition of D'Angelo Russell, like I talked about in my last video. So it's just all of where is D'Angelo Russell going to fit into this motion offense that Steve Kerr has put together for this Golden State Warriors team with Steph Curry. But like I said, Steph Curry is going to have a resurgence year, maybe an MVP-like year, like he had in those back-to-back seasons he won it. I think Steph Curry will win. It is going to be in the MVP conversation because they're going to rely on his offense more than anything else. And we're talking maybe 30 to 35 points a game you're going to see from Curry this upcoming season. Just because they need to rely on his offense. There's no Klay Thompson. Kevin Durant's off to Brooklyn. So Curry is going to be heavily relied on in the offense for Golden State. Then there's Houston with Harden and Westbrook. There's other key contributors in that. There's Austin Rivers coming off the bench. There's Eric Gordon. There's all sorts of players on Houston. Houston's a team that now was like a dark horse in this race, along with my other dark horse in the Western Conference, the Utah Jazz with Mike Conley Jr., Donovan Mitchell, and Rudy Gobert. And, there's other guys like Joe Ingles. There's all sorts of good players on that team. Derek Favors coming in off the bench. Sometimes Derek Favors starts. But no matter where Derek Favors is, he's always been a key contributor, and he always puts up good numbers. He's always giving you double-digit points, about 7 to 8 rebounds a game. So Utah is a team that could sneak in there into that top 4 in the Western Conference. But it's just I don't know who's going to come out of the West now because now we have seven. Like I just named you off 7 teams in the Western Conference, and they all have at least have a dynamic duo, or they have 3 players that can easily, like a big 3 kind of thing, like Pierce, Garnett, and Ray Allen. They kind of have like a big 3, and it's really difficult to figure out who's going to come out of the West, where the seeding is going to be predicted. It's just who knows what's going to happen here in this upcoming 2020 season in the West. In the Eastern Conference, don't really have to worry about the East much. I think it's got to be between the 76ers and Milwaukee in the conference finals next year. And I think that's going to be a 7-game series. But, I mean, the difference in that series is probably going to be Al Horford, who I think is the best individual defender for Giannis Antetokounmpo. So, there's all that speculation there on Philadelphia now has a team built to defend Milwaukee now that Milwaukee's added, has kept Chris Middleton and Brook Lopez. They re-signed both of them. So it's great to see that. But you lose Malcolm Brogdon to the Indiana Pacers, who I think is one of their best shooters on the team and one of their best perimeter defenders. So now it's a question of where is Milwaukee going to be the 1 seed, the 2 seed? Where is this going to land for Milwaukee? And are they going to make it to the finals? Do they have a team to make it to the finals and compete with one of the 7 teams I just listed off on the other side in the Western Conference? Also, other news, Marcus Morris originally signed a 2-year, $20 million deal with San Antonio, then reconsidered it and backed out, and now is going to the New York Knicks for a 1-year, $15 million deal. It's pretty obvious that money is a part of this, but Marcus Morris will get a lot of playing time in New York alongside with R.J. Barrett and company. They got other players that they just signed there, like Wayne Ellington, who's a great shooter, a career 40% three-point shooter. So there's other pieces there in New York. New York playoff team? Absolutely not. They're going to need, unless something catastrophic happens in the Eastern Conference. I mean, the Knicks will definitely be under 500 ball club, but with these pieces they got, they're hoping to find that key player that they can build a team around now. But I don't think they're not going to find that player anymore. And this is why I'm so disappointed in the Knicks. They didn't go after anyone in the free agency market in terms of big name players, whether it was Middleton, Durant, Kyrie, Horford, Tobias Harris, Jimmy Butler. They didn't go after any of these names, and it was just sad to see it. And now New York is going to have another rebuilding year where they're possibly going to be a lottery pick they'll possibly have a lottery draft pick next year. Actually, I shouldn't say that. They will have a lottery draft pick next year because they just don't have the team right now. They're in rebuilding phase, but New York seems to be a place now where no one wants to go because, I could speculate and be like, oh, the media and all this and that, but there's a lot of reasons why players don't want to go to the Mecca in New York City anymore. Now Brooklyn's going to be the face of New York. So it's just, like I always say, we will see what happens in this 2020 season. But, I want to thank you guys for your time. Smash that like button, hit the subscribe button to my channel, my YouTube channel, Sports Runs on Diesel, and thank you for your time. Have a great day.